So, hi everybody. Welcome back to another brand new video that I have been making since for how many weeks. Yet again, if you all are maybe wondering about the video uploads or the kind of video uploads I've been uploading recently or the kind of schedules and all that, just what I was trying to mention. I will be uploading videos, or the way I would schedule my video uploads are just, it really depends on the way I feel, or the way whether I feel like it or not. So yeah, just for any clarifications, that's just about that. So um these kinds of moments where you feel like you just can't do something, or you feel like you just wanted to take a break, and then at the same time there's like this kind of pressure that's been holding on your back, or those times where you feel like, after all the things that you do, and then you feel like there's this kind of pressure where you feel obligated to do something. So, coming from this, it already feels similar to what I've been feeling for the past few years, which is also the reason why I wanted to quit YouTube. And it gives you this kind of feeling of burnt out. It also gives you this feeling of obligation, and obligation itself, the feeling of just obligation alone just really drains your energy, where you're just only being forced to do something, and the passion is not there anymore. So it's kind of a similar topic I just want to talk about, and it's also something I want to get off my chest recently, which is why I feel like, as this day and age, and whenever I just get tired, I feel like I've been losing momentum, you know? Especially in school, specifically, because school is just one of the things, or let's just say, the primary thing I've been exposed to every single day. It's the reason why I get up every single day so early. It's the reason why I get so motivated to learn. It's the reason why my parents would also get proud of me for what I do. It's also the reason why it helped me realize my capabilities of who I am and what can I do, right? So, school. School can also be very tiring, uh, especially if you're trying to achieve something. It can also be very pressuring, right? So let's just say in the case where, you know, while you're getting this momentum in your school, in your academic journey, where you feel like you got it all, right? You feel like you're in control of what you wanted to do, or how you manage your tasks and everything. There just comes to this moment where you feel like you've lost all of it, you know? Like, the way I would see this is when you lose something, that kind of momentum, which is also the thing that I want to talk about, by the way, losing momentum. You lose everything that you have progressed from the beginning, you know. It's something that I've been facing these days, which is why I get unmotivated sometimes at what I wanted to do. I mean, honestly, from the past week, around, I guess, almost uh, the same day as this, and I'm recording this right now. I wanted to make a video, but at the same time, there's this feeling where, oh, I'm not energetic enough. Oh, I'm not feeling very hyped enough to create this video. So basically, everything that I've been feeling about, all the pressure where you feel like you have to make a video, and then at the same time you have to deal with, oh, you just have to feel like you're motivated enough. You're weight enough for you to speak, to say something, to be able to cover up a single video where you can express everything from your thoughts, from your head, right? It really just really gets to you. And the same thing with school, that kind of pressure that it gets you to do something, to become better at something, until it gets to the point where you're burning yourself out. That's just the most tiring thing I've ever think of. Like, to be honest, it's, I just get in the point where I feel like I just want to lay down. I just want to feel like laying down, sleep. And then, even though if you get all the sleep that you wanted, this, at least the stablest number of hours, or the number of hours you would think it's very stable for your good night's rest, you'd still get the feeling where you just want to go back to bed, and then just sleep it all over again, because it just feels good. I feel like I've been limiting most of my time throughout the day in a lot of responsibilities. It's like, I'm 20 years old, and then I'm slowly getting to realize what kind of responsibilities, or the ratio, or the percentages of let's just say when it comes with time, energy, and money, but specifically on time, because when I am a student in my college school, which yeah, I took psychology as a course, which is why I have an interest towards mental health, but I digress. I don't usually get most of the time, especially when I'm trying to go home from my school, and then my house is very far away from the school I was enrolled in, the school I was gonna go every single day. It's like 2 to 3 hours, I guess. Yeah, it's 2 to 3 hours, at least an approximate. Only when I was about to go home. Good thing, good thing it wasn't, whenever I was about to go to my school, whenever I'm going towards the school, my mom would usually take me by the car, along with my sister, who's also a college student studying in the same school as I am in right now. So, I'm glad that, it has to go that way, because otherwise, if I would have to go to school, commuting, which the estimate is also just as the same, or the routes are just the same as how I was gonna go home from my school. It'll get a little more tiring. It's gonna be more tiring. I feel like I'm gonna be experiencing a lot of more burnt out, and I'm going to be running out so much time. So yeah, as a college student, time is also like very crucial, and it's also something that I've been lacking these days. Like right now, after my school, I would usually go home from, let's just say, I think I would get away from school sometimes at 1 p.m. or sometimes at 3 p.m., and then I would go home around 3 p.m. or sometimes 5 or 6 p.m. to, you know, especially the amount of how you wanted to be exposed in that kind of field, because you wanted to experience those kinds of things where you just wanted to to give yourself all that you got, because it's something that you wanted to do in your future. It's something that you want to pursue, like those qualities you want to attain for yourself. It's also for the future, and then you know those things, those kinds of activities, those kinds of motivations that run through in your head that makes you want to do those actions. Sometimes all that kind of investment can be very draining, to the point where it will just make you lose your momentum about pretty much basically with yourself. Like when it comes with the mindset that you have, when it comes with what you wanted to do, how you manage yourself overall, or let's just say in my situation, let's just when it comes with decision making, there are times where I feel like I wasn't following myself, because most of the plans I've been doing from the decisions I make is they don't get followed. So whenever it doesn't get followed, I would feel as if I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of being independent, or let's just say I'm not worthy to be able to be followed, or to be worthy of the, I guess it's just the kind of authority I have for myself, to measure how how trustworthy or how manageable I can be. It can also be applied towards everyone else, which is why I'm trying to become more autonomous with everything about myself, basically. So it really gets to your self-esteem, right? You can also think about any situations that you think of, that despite getting so much energy that you spent throughout the kind of environment where you're thriving in, or the kind of environment you're thriving in, there just has to be those times where you feel like, I just want to lay down, I just want to sleep in my bed for how many hours, and then just wake up whenever your brain wants you to wake up. It's that unfair. Which is why I want to address this kind of situation, when it comes with how people can lose their momentum, how downfalls are just gonna be inevitable in our day-to-day lives. And, whenever you get to those moments, I feel it's really okay, I feel like we all get to those moments where we just feel like falling down. Feeling as if you just feel like you wanted to step out from from the comfort zone that's outside from your comfort zone, I mean, and then you just feel like staying in your comfort. And I guess this is what happens for me in my experience, because I feel like I've been stepping so much out from my comfort zone. Like that's the kind of mindset, especially in school, because back then I used to be so inside, if you know what I mean. Very inside. I used to be very depressed, or most of the times in a depressive mood, very unopportunistic. Like the way I would see opportunities, I don't take them, or just overall not being exposed at all, and different activities that you get from school, you know. It just, oh man, I'm already losing where I was supposed to think. That's just where tiredness really gets to you. But nonetheless, it's really okay to have those moments, to have those moments where you feel like you can't get something, or you feel like you wanted to take a rest, and then just take a break. You deserve it. Although, as for this day and age, as a student, who lives from a home that's far away now to my school, because back then, I used to be in a previous house, but I feel like making a video about that, whenever, about my old house, and you'll find that about soon, because I feel like vlogging it, and yeah, I'll tell you guys all about the details whatsoever. But yeah, let's just move on from that, but yeah, it's very much far away now, which is why it gets pretty much tiring every time I go back home. And it's kind of sad how this is what I've mostly been feeling myself, because you just get tired and you just feel like resting already, while your family's downstairs and they're just doing their usual stuff, or something that makes you feel welcomed upon spending time with them. You just feel like resting, and sometimes it just gets sad. And for those people who actually gets these kinds of situations, especially if you're working, if you're a student whatsoever, or you have a purpose where it takes so much time, especially the whole entire day, I feel you, right? I feel you so bad, Not really. That's not something. Okay, that's so weird. But what I was trying to say here is, I empathize with you. We don't get all the time that we have with some other people. Sometimes we just feel like spending time with ourselves, and every moments of these, it's something that we deserve. Treating ourselves and all that. But what I'm really wanted to say here, or what I really want to point out here in this video is, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to have these kinds of moments where you feel like falling yourself down, where you feel like napping, when you feel like doing something for yourself. And, it's that way of being selfish that is not necessarily a bad thing. Because, just like everything else, being selfish can also have some good things. It has a certain boundary that, that can be considered as a good thing, and the others being a bad thing, which I feel like being selfish is mostly connotated as something that's negative, especially in the society nowadays, and especially my culture here in the Philippines. So, it's a long story here, but not, that's just, yeah. But yeah, take a break. Especially if you're doing something right now. If you're trying to use this video as a background of whatever it is that you've been doing right now, whether if it's homeworks, school works, or different activities that you get from your job, I'm advising you to take a break. And you deserve that. You deserve whatever progress you have. You deserve all of the amount of effort. If you feel like no one is giving so much compliments about the efforts that you have, then, and I'm here to say that I'm proud of you. No matter what kind of work that you've been doing, or what you're trying to progress here, what kind of art or whatever it is, right? I'm proud of what you're going through. I'm proud of what you have. I'm proud of the skills that you trying to apply this in the kind of craft that you're creating, or whatever it is that you're doing right now. I'm very proud. I'm very happy that you're still standing here to this day, and you're doing what makes you feel the best for yourself. And whatever it is, and also, as long as it doesn't harm other people as well, I just gotta disclaim that too. Keep going. No one must stop you, or let's just say you don't deserve to be stopped, or whatever it is what you do. Keep going, keep doing what you do, and then If there comes to a time where you feel like winding off, take that moment, take that opportunity. So, oh man, I've been reaching already this kind of long in the video, but this is just what I really want to put it off my chest because it's what I've been feeling recently. Now, right now, I'm feeling comfortable thanks to this recording. And for those who are listening, I want to thank you so much for your time on listening. And I'm so glad. I'm feeling grateful right now that I get to express everything I want to express to every single one of you people who are watching. Even though that the kind of content I've been uploading recently it's very different now, but I wanted to make something relatable and I hope you guys like my content nonetheless. But whatever, regardless of what kind of opinion that you guys have, it's been a pleasure doing something like this still in YouTube. Reigniting my passion and all that, and I'm glad I'm not stopping from doing what I really love to do. So that's gonna be all for it today. Man, it's already very long, but you know, I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you guys want to, and turn on those notifications in case if you don't want to miss any type of videos that I can create. And I don't really have that much of a social media because I don't really get active in a lot of social media platforms, and I only usually stay on just a few. And yeah, I think that's just about it. And those dogs outside, yeah, don't mind about those doggy dogs. But anyhow, thank you everybody for hanging out, and I hope I can see you guys next time. I hope we can get some more videos like this where we are just talking and then putting something off from my chest. And I'm also encouraging every single one of you to, if you have anything that you want to share, put it down in the comments below. I'll be glad to hear each of your stories and just replying them the way I can. If you also wanted to have a little session, I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting you guys in a therapy session, but if you want to have a talk, like a personal chat, you can just hit me up in my Discord. I'll just put it in the description. You know, so yeah, I think that's just about it. Thank you everybody for watching yet again, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.